What did Hall and Oates say while they were playing Riichi Mahjong? Go for cheat toy, it's a funny cool hand, and it also goes by 7 pairs. You can call Riichi on a single weight tile, you can have 2 door and give a smile. Call a pawn, that's okay. It's so easy to go all triplets today. Welcome back to Mahjong Soul. My name's Yusong. It's a huge day for Mahjong Nation. It is a huge day for Mahjong Nation. Why? We are one quiz away from obtaining the Sprout icon and Riichi stick. Which tile is needed to win with the hand shown below? B. Here we go. Here we go. Show me the money. Riichi bet, potted plant, and tile back orientation. You know what this means. We go immediately into the dormitory. Riichi bet? No thank you. I will be using my potted plant and the tile back. Why? I think I'll go for a little Sprout today. Ridiculously huge day for Mahjong Nation. Welcome back to Mahjong Soul. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Just ate lunch, feeling pretty pogged. Took me about, 6 tries to get that Hall and Oates parody, and I'm pretty sure there's a pretty noticeable mistake in that rendition. That's okay. That's okay. Did I tell you this? When I was doing piano in high school, my piano teacher, we were in upstate New York, so we were close to Ithaca College. And Ithaca College had an amazing music program. So, okay, 2 of the same character. While I was in high school, we had the opportunity to go and record. I don't know if I like the Sprouts. I mean, I kind of like them. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, what you think about Sprout meta. And it was terrifying. It was terrifying. But by the grace of, who's a famous person from Ithaca? The mayor, who's the youngest mayor in existence, by the grace of the Ithacan gods, right? We all did an okay job that day. We somehow, my piano teacher herself was even oh my God, thank goodness. I thought I was gonna have to beg that we would have to redo someone's performance, but it ended up okay. It's weird. It's weird because I think in music, the holy grail is doing a performance without any mistakes, but that just doesn't happen. You can hear Vladimir Horowitz, one of my favorite pianists in the world. I think he does his rendition of all right, we get it. You went to the club. While you were out partying, I was listening to classical piano. His rendition of Rachmaninoff's Piano Sonata No. 2 in B flat, it's so good. It's so good, and I like the Horowitz spin on it. You know what I mean? He doesn't follow the text exactly. He arranged his own version of the second movement. I played that S in college. Anyway, it's weird because you definitely the Holy Grail is not making mistakes, but I think you hear there's so many professional musicians that when they're playing at Carnegie Hall, they make mistakes too. It's weird because if you put it on an album, then you're rut-row. Then things become a little trickier. And oh my God, are you seeing the way this hand has come together? Riichi, Pinfu, all simples with a chance. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. With a chance at a mixed triple sequence as well. I don't know if we can keep this. I think we gotta throw the door right now. It's a risky tile to throw because Right Lord has a Yaku. Right Lord definitely has a hand that can win. Our Crosslord is also willing to open up their hand, but maybe they were down horrendous for the red 5, right? Maybe they were just, haha, you're so cute, haha, in the DMs. We don't know. We don't know for sure. Would I call Riichi with this hand? I think absolutely. I think I would call Riichi no matter what tile got us into Tenpai. If we drew a 5 of characters, we throw away the mixed triple sequence, that's fine. That's definitely fine. Right Lord takes this hand. What do they got? Green Dragon, that's it. Okay, nothing to write home about. A very a calm way to start this game. I also remember one of my fondest memories playing piano, and I think we go for the half flush here. That makes it a little bit trickier. I don't know. If we continue drawing good tiles, arguably we should have kept the 9 for a 7-8-9 mixed triple sequence. Okay, that might be on me. That might be on me. Or we could just continue drawing the juiciest bamboo tiles of all time. One of my favorite piano moments was like when my friend, he like knew jazz piano, and our piano teacher, we had the same piano teacher, she only taught like classical, which don't get me wrong, like, you know, awesome, you know, like, but we had to do like duets with other people in the studio, and so he and I teamed up, and we did a cover of Daft Punk's Aerodynamic mashed up with Justice, who's another French electronic duo, their song DANCE. And it was in that lesson that he taught me, it was like a very much like an older brother kind of moment, not a stepbrother kind of moment. I see you in the comments, by the way. This is a risky situation. I've pawned the Dora, I've made my bed. It's now time to lie in it. I would love to get a full flush or a half flush. We're just hoping to draw into more honor tiles or more bamboo, right? Okay, yeah, just like spit in my face with the west wind that I previously discarded. That's perfect. That's actually perfect. It was cool. I learned like the jazz scale from him and like how to solo and stuff. It was great. It was absolutely great. The thing about piano though is that it doesn't let you play in a group that often. You know, it's a very solitary instrument. Most of the time you're gonna be by yourself, and it's not that fun. You're like practicing by yourself and stuff. And don't get me wrong, like no matter what, when you're practicing is gonna be by yourself no matter what. But at least I also played in an orchestra, and I wasn't very good at the violin because I didn't have private lessons, but that's okay. I was still pretty decent at it, you know? A lot of the music reading skills from piano are transferable to violin. Okay, yeah, we get it. You were out making out and stuff in high school. Some of us were learning frickin' Paganini number 5. Just kidding. I can never do that, even now. But anyway, at least in an orchestra, you get to pog up with other people. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fun experience. Like, it's not like you're playing soccer and like, you know, when you're playing soccer, you have to play with other people. That is the benefit of being a sporto. I'm not gonna con this. I have a little bit of fear, I have a little bit of anxiety, a little PTSD from calling con. You can look back through some of the recent videos in the backlog to see why. It's very scary to call con right now. Okay, it's in this inflationary economy. Also, what are we gonna do? Because can we still win if we fold here? I think we can still win. One way that we can still win is if we go all simples. Like all simples gives us a pretty clear path to victory. That's not that bad. Fortunately, red dragon's a dead tile. We would have drawn into it eventually. Arguably, I should not have pawned the 6 of bamboo. That might have been a little bit premature, but hey, not the first time I've been premature, and certainly not the last. I'm gonna throw the south in right now. The 9 of bamboo should also be pretty safe. Yeah, it's especially safe. I was a little bit scared in dealing into maybe a cross lord. You know, it's Suji to the door and stuff, but it looks okay. Also, if I get into tenpai here, I will discard the 4 of circles, or excuse me, the 4 of characters. Why? They've discarded a 1, which means that they can't be waiting on a 2-3 of they can't be waiting. I'm gonna discard it anyway. I think it's our safest tile. They can't be waiting on a 2-3, and someone else, like a crosser, discarded the 7, which means that they can't be waiting on a 5-6 either. Can I get rid of this? I think I can. I think I can. Call me Thomas the tank engine. So, oh! No. Don't you know it's okay under the river? Wow. Sasuke Yusong always knows how to win, even on the last tile. Wow, wow, Riichi Mahjong, and look at this, right Lord emote, take that ass back to League of Legends, where it belongs. Is anyone else feeling freaking amped right now? Wow. Oh, Riichi Mahjong. Riichi, I'm so sorry for ever forsaking you. The Sprout tile back is the best tile back. I will have no discussion. Oh, that was incredible. Does anybody else need like a little break after that? That felt incredible. That felt so good. All right, what are we looking at here? Arguably, we could have gone for the half flush in the circle suit, but I'm looking at the, like, we had a pair of the 6 of bamboos. It would break my heart in half to tear those up. Should probably be throwing the 9 instead of that 2 of characters if we're not going for anything in the circle suit. Okay. Luckily, we haven't been punished so far. If we draw into like a 3 of characters or a 4 of characters, we'll be pretty sad, but honestly, like, we deserve that one. Not reading the tiles that closely, we got too amped, coach. We got way too amped. Yeah, anyway, the point is, like, you know, doing anything in a group is very, very fun. I suppose why, like, this sport analogy can continue to, like, you want to know why Magic the Gathering Commander is so fun? It's because you have to have a friend group of 3 other people. First of all, I'm going through my Rolodex and I'm like, yeah, totally. 3 people. I could scrounge together 3 people. Yeah, totally. But you can also like go to a game store and find like a play group, right? So, you know, even bozos like me, we're not up the river without a paddle. But the point is, it's fun to do things with other people. Yusong, how could you say something so controversial yet so brave? I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of like litty with it. Okay. No, hang on. I actually don't know what to discard right now. I don't think it's the 6 though, but I don't think it's the 1. Okay, I think this is okay. We're 2 tiles away from Tenpai. We might have been 1 tile away from Tenpai had we discarded this. No, but then what would our pair be? I think no matter what, we were gonna be 2 tiles away from Tenpai no matter what. So this feels okay. So this is 1 shape, 2 shapes, 3 shapes, 4, and then the 6 is probably going to be our pair. Now that 6 is a little bit enticing, but it's a risky tile as well. Left Lord's cooking up something. We can maybe pawn here and do something. I'm not sure. I don't think we open up our hand. I think other people are definitely in Tenpai, and other people definitely have some scary hands. Okay, we're 1 tile away from Tenpai. 30 seconds until Mars. Right Lord calls the Riichi. Dude, we're so close to a guaranteed mixed triple sequence. Oh man, this hurts. A Crosslord is doing the Honey Badger strategy. Riichi Ipatsu. Luckily, it's not a bigger hand than that. Holy moly. Not a safe discard at all. And you know what? There goes our dealer seat, but that's okay. We're sitting pretty comfy in first place right now. All right. Not a lot to write home about with this kind of a starting hand. The temptation is certainly there to go for a half flush in the circle suit. I think that's our best avenue for success right now. What's your favorite group activity? I hear you in the comments laughing over your NSFW suggestions. That's not what I mean. Like I was talking to my friend, okay, hang on. I think I'm supposed to actually go for a half flush here. I'm not sure, but this is suddenly starting to feel very, very expensive. It's beginning to look a lot like 7 pairs. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And look at this. We got some Zuzzy tiles that we could be waiting on. Throwing out the 5, I think, is a good... Okay, this is now a 7 pairs hand. This is get rich or die trying territory. Why are they going to run with the... Why are they going to win with the 9 of characters in our hand? Or are we going to hold on to it until an exhaustive draw? 4 of bamboo. We want to get rid of the tiles that other people are not likely to throw, right? Like other people are not likely to throw a 5 or a 4 or a 6. Those are pretty juicy. But other people in the late game, once we call Riichi or something, they're likely to throw a green dragon. 1 safe. They're likely to throw a southwind. It seems pretty safe. It's an honor tile, right? I was talking to my friend Ben, and he started doing pick up ultimate frisbee as like a recreational activity. And I'm like, you know what? That doesn't sound that bad either. The activities that I've chosen for myself in life are hard to do with other people, you know? Like running, for example. Running is also a very solitary activity. There's no bump, set, and spike to that, you know? It's like, oh my God, what am I watching? Right Lord chases the Riichi with the Dora tile. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. All right, so our first place finish is not guaranteed. Get ready for the emote. Get ready for the emote. No? Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. See, this is why like emoting is a double-edged sword. It's because if you start emoting and then things go poorly for you, if things go well for you, you're yucking it up all the way to the bank. But if things go badly for you, then it's like the silence is deafening. A crosslord immediately cons with the one of bamboo. That's terrifying. I have no idea what they're going for. Maybe like a half outside hand, or maybe they have, yeah, maybe they have a simple Yaku, a seat wind, or a prevalent wind, or maybe both. We don't know. They certainly have the prevalent wind so far. 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. I think we're one tile away from Tenpai right now. What is the nut draw? Nut draw, because they called a con, like this calling a con can sometimes lead to abject disaster, because now if we call Riichi, we have 2 chances at hitting Oradora, and that is like a very, very strong position to be in. Okay, this is also, this helps us because now like we can draw into a 3 or a 6 and still call Riichi if we want for a single tile wait on the 6 of bamboo. That doesn't feel too good. We are going to pivot Jeremy Pivens our way to a perfect one away. So look at this. If we get into Tenpai with a 3 or a 5 or a 6, or a 6 or a 9, teehee, or a Northwind, no matter what way we get into Tenpai with, we can wait on 2 tiles. This is what we like to call a perfect one away. Unfortunately, the Northwind is dead, so we're never going to be able to draw a triplet of this. And I'm scared at what a crosslord is doing. They conned very, very fast, and they made the new Dora the white dragon, and anyone could have a triplet or a pair of the white dragons. This is a very scary situation. But I think if we get into Tenpai, we would have slammed the Riichi button. I think we would have slammed the like and subscribe 100%. Prevalent Wind Dora, they got a lot of mini points because of the con though, so they're gonna take that dub as the dealer. That's honestly, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They took it away from Left Lord, so we're feeling pretty happy with that. This hand has the potential to break dreams. What do I mean by this? What do I mean by this? We have 2 Dora. That feels amazing. That feels so good. But like we don't have the means to win very easily. It's not like we started with a pair of the red dragons or a pair of the south winds or anything like this. It's gonna be tough to get into Tenpai with this hand. This is what other Mahjong players I think would call an expensive or a heavy hand. Like it's not easy. It's not easy to win with this type of hand. So let's not get super attached. Okay, 2, 3, 4 is a nice pickup. All of these honor tiles are still useful, and at this point, we've gotten rid of the honor tiles that aren't useful. We've also gotten rid of the 9 of circles. Like the 9 of circles does not feel that good, right? We're gonna get a 7, 8, 9 of circles. Okay, what do we do about the other 7? In my mind, it's much easier to view this 7 of circles as the pair in our hand and work around that for our finishing hand. So a crosslord has a fairly obvious half flush or full flush in the character suit. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need like a 5th shape with this hand. This is very scary because as we start to discard these honor tiles, we give a crosslord a ton of opportunity. I could have I could have pawned the Dora, and we could have, you know, waited on a 5 or an 8 as our pair. I don't know if now is like too little too late, but the All Simple's dream has genuinely crystallized in front of us. Would love that red 5 in our hand, but unfortunately it's just not going to cut it. So what are the likelihoods of us dealing in with the white dragon or the green dragon? Honestly pretty high. Honestly pretty high. Because like a crosslord is willing to throw the Dora. If they are willing to throw the Dora, they are close or they are in Tenpai at this point. Do they have a half outside hand? Maybe they have a half outside hand. They're also willing to discard character tiles. That's terrifying. I actually at this point don't know if it's remotely correct to discard the white dragon or the green dragon. Right, Lord? Showing no fear in light of this. White dragon is revealed to be a safe tile. I'm absolutely gonna hop on that gravy train. I need someone else to show that the green dragon is a safe tile. Okay, lovely. Lovely. I don't know if we're going to be able to get into Tenpai by the end of this round, but let's hope. I think we still got some good chances. 6 of circles, luckily, is safe for the 2 players representing the most danger, right? Crosslord is in Tenpai. They're willing to discard the door. Right Lord is pawning and cheating. They're certainly advancing their way to the top, right? I don't think we chi here. I think this is like, oh, okay, now what am I going to discard? Great job, Yusong. No, why am I being so mean to myself? I think I should have chi'd there and discarded the 2 if the 2 was what I was going to be discarding anyways. What do I discard now? Probably I start folding with stuff like the the 4 of circles. So I think this game, or this round specifically, was a good example of not letting yourself tilt off the face of the planet. Like, I think because we missed the pawn on the Dora, the 7 of circles, I was like, I gotta make up. Oh, that looks delicious. I gotta make up for it by chiing and opening my hand, try to get an all simps victory. I don't think that that's correct. I think we should have cut our losses and maybe kept our hand closed and tried to do something there, right? Okay, this is a very interesting hand where we have a triplet of the 9 of characters. We have a 9 in every single suit. Maybe we can do, like, you know how there is that very rare hand that's called triple triplets, where you have 3 triplets and they're all the same numerical value across all 3 suits. I don't think it's very, very likely, so let's not, you know, throw good money after bad, but it's something to consider. It's genuinely something to consider. You know, we've seen some pretty unlikely stuff here on this channel. Cons have been robbed. Hearts have been broken, and somehow heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Could pawn there, but oh my God, okay. We draw into a 7, 8, 9. I don't think that that's necessarily incorrect. Like, I think that that's just really, really bad luck. Let's try to counter eggs though. 1 shape, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 shapes in our hand. Probably this 4 is gonna become something. Left Lord calls Riichi. I'm gonna throw a red dragon. This could get us into trouble. I really hope that it doesn't. Honor tiles, you know, are generally pretty safe. They discarded 7 of characters and they have discarded a 1, which makes me think that, never mind. I gotta play this safer. We're so close to Tenpai though. I'm gonna discard the 2s, and if someone is willing to discard another 2 of circles, we know that all the 2s are visible, all my apes gone. So that they can't be waiting on a 2-3. At this point, it's unlikely for them to be waiting on a 2-3. I want to get rid of this 1 and this 9. The 9, that's not a safe tile at all, but Right Lord paves the way. I love it. I love it. It's like penguin meta, right? You know, all the penguins like push each other off the cliffs and stuff. And now look at this. They've discarded a 4 of circles. So, oh, we didn't get the chance, but the 1 of circles was safe because of Suji logic, right? You heard of counter logic gaming? Have you ever heard of Suji logic Mahjong? So this is unfortunate. Right Lord stuck deep in the trenches of the Shadow Realm, but Left Lord is making carving their name into first place right now. That doesn't feel very good. I threw the 1 of characters before realizing what the Dora was. Folks, this is your captain speaking aboard flight 2769 to Denver, Colorado. Just wanted to let you know that I forgot to get all the in-flight beverages before we departed today, so oopsie poopsie. Unbelievable. I mean, the 1 is not a terrible thing to throw. We have 2 Han in our hand, and it feels pretty good, right? We have Sea Wind and Prevalent Wind. If we draw the Dora, we'll be a little bit sad, but I think even if we manage to draw the Dora, it's not like we have... Okay, we're 2 tiles away from Tenpai. The 7 is probably going to be our pair. Not draw right now is the 7 of characters or a 3 of circles. Depending on which one we get, we'll decide like what other shape we're going to cut. Definitely the oh, okay. The weakest shape in our hand right now is this 2-1, so let's get rid of it. Holy moly, this feels good. Okay, if you're gonna press me for it, if you're gonna Elvis press me for it, 7 of characters would be an incredible boon for us. 4 of characters is not bad either. Look at this. We can now win off, or excuse me, get into Tenpai off of a 5 or a 7. I don't think that we actually want this 6. I know it opens up the possibility to like Like if we throw the 4, for example, we can now pawn the 6 or the 7 and get into tenpai that way. I don't think that that's necessarily what we want. The likelihood that we pawn the 7 is already very, very low. I don't want to con that. I don't want this tile either. I'm like a child that's finally beginning to say no. I don't want your pureed spinach today, father. I would like chicken nuggets. Anyway. It's an exciting game of Mahjong. Anytime that you can start the day or start the round by robbing, or excuse me, oh my god, can't get it out of my brain. By getting an under the sea, holy moly, that is an incredible feeling. That is an incredible feeling. I'm gonna chi here. I'm gonna chi here and get into tenpai for a double-sided weight. I could deal into left lord here. They're willing to open up their hand, and the possibility that I deal into their 3-4-5 mixed triple sequence is not 0. But the likelihood that I get into tenpai and get a sneaky little run off of them, not 0. Seat win, prevalent win, and we're robbing the points from exactly who we want to be robbing right now. Call me the leading female role in The Wolf of Wall Street the way I'm Margot robbing right now. Look in the comments. Look in the comments. I can guarantee you a million comments being like, Yusong, that Margot Robbie joke was so funny. I laughed so hard, exposing that I watch YouTube at work and I'm fired now. I know I am in a very dangerous line of work. You know, sometimes people feel like a lore, like, oh, that person, they're kind of a bad boy. It's kind of like dangerous. That's how people should feel when they watch my YouTube videos. Like, oh, I don't know what we're going to get into. Probably something zuzzy. All right, we have this 9 of bamboo in our hand, but like the 9 of bamboo, I'm honestly wanting to discard it right now. I think I'm going to throw it. We have nothing else in our hand that talks with the 9 of bamboo. We don't have like a 5-7-9. We don't even have a 7-9, right? And in the meantime, we have this very nice shapes that are starting to materialize in our hand. It's beginning to look a lot like all simples. I'll tell you that much. 4-5-6 mixed triple sequence, also a possibility. Should have thrown the east wind there. The north wind is a safer tile to hang on to for the late game. Yeah, I would definitely open my hand to chi a 2-3-4. I think we're close enough to tenpai at this point where opening our hand would not be that reckless. But like if your opening hand is in shambles and you open up your hand, it's not a good move. It's not a good move. But if you can get into tenpai very, very fast, absolutely. I'm liking I mean, I don't know if it's some kind of confirmation bias, right? Or just like short-sightedness. Maybe it's not a logical fallacy at all. Maybe I'm not just trying to dunk on someone on Reddit by saying straw man over and over, right? I'm liking the sprout back. I genuinely like it. It's unfortunately very, very similar to the green tile backs that we were using prior to this video. I don't know, to all the tile backs I've loved before. So we can call Riichi here, but it's not a very good Riichi. It's not Riichi, it's not Pinfu, it's all simples, and literally that's it. It's worth, let me just be clear, it's worth 1,000 points. I would have started folding there because Right Lord called the Riichi. I know that it would have worked out for us, right? Riichi, Sumo, Ipatsu, all simples, and we would have gotten a chance at an Oradora. Not calling Riichi there, I think, is absolutely correct. If you agree with me in the comments, you need to sound off one by one, okay? Because there's oftentimes people where it's like, hey, Yusong, it's my first time playing Riichi Mahjong, but I wanted to let you know that you're wrong. Like, you know, I think that was a pretty decent play. I think that's a pretty decent play. All right, what do we do here? The temptation to just throw the Dora is strong, and you know what? We're gonna cast the one ring into Mordor right now. We're absolutely gonna do it. This is a green dragon only hand. Sheesh! And it's feeling good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 shapes, and it's perfect, right? We got 2 pairs besides our triplet, right? 3 pairs is a little bit interesting because now, like with this hand, we can actually start pawning and chiing out the wazoo. I don't think this is terrible necessarily. I don't think this is terrible per se Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna discard the red 5. You might think this is like the dumbest thing you've ever seen, but the reason for that was two of the 6 of bamboos had been discarded before, right? Where it's not very likely at all that we are going to that we're going to be able to complete that 5, 6, 7 shape. And we were moseying our way towards a all triplets hand, which we still could theoretically do with this, right? But Right Lord called the Riichi, and I'm not gonna throw away my first place. I'm absolutely gonna be huge folding here. Don't get too attached to this green dragon triplet. As soon as we've run out of safe tiles to throw, green dragon, Yagan, absolutely getting cut. There's a little bit of potential for inside Suji, right? They discarded a 3. We know that they're not on a 4-5 weight. They discarded a 6 and that passed, so they're not on a 7-8 weight either. So 6 should be safe. Right Lord, Riichi Pinfu, pure double sequence, 2 Dora. This is, I mean, I'm looking at a crosslord and I'm giving them the zuzzy eyes. Once someone calls an emergency meeting, I'm gonna be like, I saw a crosslord in electrical, but it didn't seem like they were doing any tasks. I'm gonna say, if you see something, say something. I'm gonna say something. We're definitely gonna go back into the logs and see what went right or went wrong there. This is a decent hand, right? 1, 2, 3. 3 shapes in our hand, but quickly forming a 4th. I'm going to discard the green dragon. I don't think our path into victory is going to be determined by our honor tiles. I think it's going to be determined by Riichi Pinfu, most likely. Throw this Southwind. The Southwind is a desirable tile for everyone. And guess what? If we get into a Damaten Pinfu situation, we do not call Riichi here. We're in first place. We're absolutely in first place. We don't call Riichi here. Maybe there's some game theory that we could do. Like if we call Riichi, other people are inclined to, I mean, this is 1 tile away from Tenpai, right? We have a 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, a 5, 6. So what gets us into like a nice Riichi Pinfu? A 4 or a 7 or a Northwind? Unfortunately, the Northwind for us is our seat wind. So remember, your pair when you go for Pinfu cannot be a dragon tile. Your pair cannot be the seat wind or the prevalent wind. That's what they mean by a non-Yakuhai pair. So unfortunately, like the Pinfu is not going to be as easy as it looks for us today. We would love to draw into a 4 or a 7 of circles though. That would be absolutely exquisite. Just divine. Call me Kiara from Hololive. If you understood that comment, I'm going to need you to you are legally required to comment. All right, I mean, now we can pawn into the 2 of characters or the 3 of characters and go for a Zuzzy all simples hand as well. This feels pretty good. Unfortunately, we don't have any honor tiles and we don't have a lot of terminal tiles to throw if someone else calls Riichi. Like, we don't have a lot of good defenses. And Left Lord is still probably going to go for my throat, like they're a Magic the Gathering instant spell. Because they definitely want first place. But they have to have a big enough hand to do it. Right Lord is trying to dig themselves out of the Shadow Realm right now, so they're incentivized to win no matter what, even if it's a 1,000 point hand. A Crosslord, they just also want to win with a 1,000 point hand so that they don't end up in 4th. I think if I were them, I'd realize like, oh, it's really unlikely that I catch up to 2nd place or 1st place. Let's just skedaddle on out of here, licking our wounds in 3rd, right? All right, we're in Tenpai for a 2 and a 3. This is about as good as it gets. This tile is really dangerous to throw. It's close to the Dora being the 6 of bamboo. But I have a feeling like maybe, I think Left Lord needs a big hand. So they would probably call Riichi if they were in Tenpai. Like they either they get a direct hit off of me or something else. They were hesitating before throwing that 3. It could come from a 5-6 shape. Oh, a Cross Lord. Why have you done me in like this? Oh my God! Still first, baby. Better gamer chair wins. Holy moly! If they had called Riichi there, I mean, if they called Riichi there, we would have been. If we had dealt him, we would have been Dunzo Washington, right? We would have been Dunzo Washington. But because they didn't call Riichi, they don't have that extra Han and stuff. We're out of there. Okay. Sphere of Light. Let's go. Also, like if they had called Riichi, we would have gotten out of there. We would have made like a Christian and bailed, baby. We would have definitely gotten out of there. And also, I mean, we got to do this. We can now unlock the Shuriken tile back. Holy moly, when it rains, it pours. I would say, and not to toot my own horn, but I would say that this channel is the #1 English-speaking daily upload Riichi Mahjong content producing Mahjong Soul client-based many tile backs within the span of the summer of 2023 channel on YouTube. I think I'm #1 in that respect. What do you think? Do you think my ego has gone too far? Let me know in the comments. All right, someone deals in here. A crosslord is in a very difficult position, but like this is fairly early on in the game, right? They're discarding a 9. I don't like this. So I really don't like this. You still have a chance at a 4, 5, 6 mixed triple sequence, I suppose. You have 3 red 5, so I understand your haste in wanting to get there. You would love to draw into something like a 6 of characters and then get it on a double-sided weight, but I think at the time where you started opening up your hand, it's like way too early. It's way too early. I gotta see when you start opening. Okay, I mean the hand is starting to become valuable, but look at how in shambles and in brambles the rest of this hand is. You can't call it chi like that. At least I certainly wouldn't. So you called Riichi. You were waiting on a 3 or a 6. 3 or a 6 of bamboo. 6 of bamboo is the Dora. This is why we don't con, by the way. This is why we don't con. We had the chance to con the Dora. I would have gotten my con robbed again. The sheer humiliation. Absolutely not. They were waiting on a 3 or a 6, but it also looks like I might have all of the 3s, you know? I don't know. This is more so a single tile weight than anything else, and this is not good. So from their perspective, they at the time that they called Riichi, there is 1 Dora tile left. It's most likely being used. At the time that they called Riichi, I also think that like you see 2 of the 3 of bamboos. You have a Dama-ten Pinfu. I would not have called Riichi here. I don't know. I would have waited for something better, or maybe like navigated into all simples or something. Like, look at this. This Riichi call is a little bonkers. There's 1 tile left. That's the 6 of bamboo. There's 2 copies of the 3 of bamboo left. I don't know. It's not a good Riichi. It's just not. It opens you up to so much pain if you don't get it and you deal in. All right, right lord. In the face of left lords, or excuse me, this player. In the face of left lords Riichi, what are they doing? They got some safe tiles. Throw the 8 and the 9. Throw the 8 and the 9, and you still got throw the. How do you deal in here? What? Tisk. My fellow citizen. Tisk. For what? For what? Riichi Pinfu? Oh, nar. No. A huge hand happened here. So, left lord, in the face of a cross lord's Riichi, you are now in Tenpai. You throw the Dora. I suppose it's Suji, right? They don't have a 7-8, but maybe, just maybe, like throw the 7, and then maybe, just maybe, throw the 9. I don't know, dude. Would that have even helped? Like, wait for something around here. You can't, like, throwing the Dora into someone else's Riichi is like too chaotic for me. There could be all the signs in the world, like, oh, all the 7 of characters are gone, all of the 8 of characters are gone, and it's Suji Gaming, but like someone could still have a pair of the Dora. That's always a possibility. And guess what? Like, instead of being close to everyone in second place, you are now deep in the doldrums of the Shadow Realm, and you have to dig yourself out brick by brick. It's very early on in the game. You probably call Riichi on like the 2 of characters or something. You don't call Riichi here. Interesting. My friend in Christ, if you don't call Riichi here, you can't win. You don't have a valid hand. This is not all symbols. This is not your C1 nor is it your prevalent win. I don't understand. I mean, this deals you in. Maybe you were smelling the danger or something, but I don't understand what that play was about. Wow, this is a weird game of Riichi Mahjong. Definitely a weird game. What happened here? You have 2 Dora in your hand. You desperately want to win. I think you throw the 3, don't you? Oh my god. You're in last place. This is a real... Okay, this one I can understand. You're in last place. You have a really good chance to win. I'd probably throw the 9 first. If you can get rid of the 9, you can also get rid of the 7 probably because of Suji. And then you can make something, you can make this 3 of characters work in your hand. It's not impossible. It's not super likely, but it's not impossible. But also at this point, you're like, no, you basically are like gung-ho, right? You're 1 tile away from Tenpai. Pawn into this, throw this, wait on a 6. I can understand pushing here. You're in last place, you gotta do something. You gotta do something. And they had a closed tile wait. Very unlucky. For what it's worth, this player got very, very unlucky just now. What happened here? So left lord is called a Riichi. Do you have any safe tiles? You don't even have any safe tiles. Can you make any Suji reads? Yeah, you can. The 6 of circles is safe. It's inside. We were talking about this exact thing. The 3 and the 9. Yeah, so this is a terminal tile, but the 5 can come from a like a 2-3 shape, right? The 5 is very redundant there. I don't know. I don't know if that's what ends up happening. It does. It absolutely does. You deal into a Mahjong. For what? Riichi Pinfu? That's the thing. That's the thing. If you are in a game of Riichi Mahjong and you're chasing, ask yourselves, would Yusong, if he was in this game, be saying something like, for what? Would he say, Tuhan can't even buy you a sandwich in today's economy? Huh? Then maybe stop, drop, and fold. All right. That's going to do it for today's video. I'm never freaking selling. I'm never freaking leaving. First place, baby. Sprout meta. The Sprout arc has started. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment. It helps out the channel a lot. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, new videos every day. And I'm streaming on Twitch Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. PST. You can find that link in the description down below, along with the Discord and the VODs channel. I hope to see you there. Until next time, please take care of yourself. And please be kind to yourself, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Peace.